Hello, in this video we'll look at getting started with Zuni Android and Android Studio. Zuni Android has a couple of requirements. First, it requires that we use Android 4.0 or greater, which corresponds to an API level of 14 or greater. Second, we need to already have Android Studio installed. The rest of this video will cover working with Zuni Controls for Android development by adding Zuni packages to an existing Android Studio project, and then adding a Zuni radial gauge to an activity. Here I've opened a blank pre-existing Android Studio project. To get started, we will import the Zuni Controls as modules into this Android Studio project by following these steps. In the File menu, select File, New Module. Select Import jar.aar package and click Next. On the next screen, select the package that you want to import as a module. The default installation directory is documents/zuni/android/controls/Android Studio. Zuni Core is the base class for all of our controls, so we will always want to add it first. You can also change the subproject name to something other than the default. I'll change the subproject to Core in this case. Repeat this process for each additional Zuni control you wish to add. In this case, I'll also additionally import the gauge module. The next step is to modify the build.gradle for your app. Open your project's Gradle scripts and locate the build.gradle for your app. We need to add lines to compile the two subprojects that we just added. In this case, we will add one for Core and another for Gauge. Now we can add our controls to the main activity. First, we'll want to modify the activity main layout file, which can be found in res layout activity main.xml, and we'll add the control in our XML markup. In our markup, we'll add an ID as well as a height and width that matches the parent container for our control. Now that our layout is complete, we can configure the code in Java in our main activity file. First, we'll want to add any import statements which we need for our controls. I'll add an import for the radial gauge control and another one for Zuni Core. I'll add another line to our activity to ensure Zuni is licensed properly. I've already generated a license key for this application, so it's just one line of code. If you have any questions about how to generate this license, be sure to check out our video on licensing Android applications, also found on this site. Now we can find the control by ID, and we can set some properties in the code behind in Java. I'll set some basic properties for min, max, and value. Now that I've configured our control, let's go ahead and run the application to see some output. That's all for this getting started video on using Zuni in Android Studio. For more information on Zuni, be sure to check out gozuni.com. Also, check out our other getting started videos, and stay tuned for new videos on Zuni and cross-platform mobile development.